So welcome friends into the journey of frequently used remedies. So third remedy is a Nux Vomica. So when we thought about Nux Vomica, it is the most frequently used remedy as compared to other these four remedies. So why this remedy is frequently used? What are the pathological aspects that remedy is going to cover? What are the exciting factors this remedy is going to cover? And nowadays we need to use this remedy more than these remedies also. So this is number one remedy to use repeatedly in our day-to-day practice. So let's come over there the presentation area. So let's get started about the Nux Vomica. As usual, every time I just made a very simpler this graph or graphical presentation of Nux Vomica and other remedies too, as we are just taking the case when patient is in front of us. So important thing while treating the acute diseases, accordingly I made these graphs. So in acute diseases, important factor is first the exciting cause. When we think about the Nux Vomica, so these are the list of exciting causes. That is stimulants. Stimulants means nowadays everyone is habitual to the so many kinds of stimulants, either sugary products, sugary drinks, coke, cold drinks, coffee, tea, alcohol, beers, and so many kinds of stimulants the people or community are going to use to keep themselves active. But somehow, if anyone is suffering from because of due to the stimulants or excess of use of the stimulants, at that time we need to think about the Nux Vomica. Same thing, loss of sleep. So nowadays night watching is too much common. Most of the time, because of due to the work pressure, people are spending their nights for work, and that's why they are suffering from loss of sleep for many days. And if anyone is suffering from any acute situation because of due to the loss of sleep, then we need to think about the Nux Vomica also. Same thing nowadays, we just facing the rich foods and spices, fast foods. Everywhere we're just watching the communities using all this. There is a modern lifestyle remedy. So overeating, anger, contradictions. Everyone is has their own ego is there, so everybody is in anger so many times a day. Then contradictions. If these things will going to happen repeatedly, and anyone is suffering from any kind of pathology or any acute situation, at that time we need to think about the Nux Vomica, about the exciting cause. Then it's a very hidden treasure of this remedy, or is a hidden trick of that remedy. So in the sprain or in the single part, muscle or tendon, injury to ligaments or tendon is completely healed in acute situations by Nux Vomica. No any other remedy you need to treat all these situations. Whatever may be the things, if there is a sprain or strain or injury to the ligament or any muscles of single part, so we are able to treat accordingly with the Nux Vomica. It's the very best remedy for that. Then come on to the pathogenesis. So in the pathogenesis, there is a hyperesthesia of sensory nerves and sense organs. All five sense organs are get extra sensitive, oversensitive. That's why most of the time we heard so many times. So anyone is suffering from or sneezing due to dust, due to smoke, due to scent, or due to any smell, or due to smell of any flower. So senses are becomes overly overrated. They are very exaggerated, and that's why there is a hypersensitivity. That means these remedies we are going to use in the hypersensitive patients or allergic patients to the multiple kind of things. When your patient is came towards you, more all the types of might be the allergic rhinitis, allergic bronchitis, or asthma, gastric asthma also, whatever it may be. But because of due to the hyperesthesia is produced in the pathology of Nux Vomica. Then gastralgia, it is the very best remedy in stomach pains, severe gastritis, severe stomach pains. In these conditions, that is the actual acute situation or acute emergency is also there. But Nux Vomica has ability to minimize or to cure that pain as much as fast as any painkiller, or might be more than that painkiller if we are using repeatedly in a LM potency. So we are able to manage that gastralgia of the patients also. So then paralysis of muscular cord of the urethra or bladder or intestinal canal. So that time there are so many symptoms of the there's irritable bowel syndrome, or patient has a frequency of micturition, or she or he might be that constricted pain at the urethra while passing the urination. There is a cystitis is there. So all these are the very common complaints of nowadays lifestyles. So blood pressure is again increased, again it is a nowadays lifestyle diseases. So rise of blood pressure because of due to these sedentary habits, and all the pathologies are similarly created by the Nux Vomica. And flatulent asthma. What flatulent asthma is, that means to say when your patient is eating so much this overeating, this carbogenic food, then patient is landed into the full of flatulence, and then that's why there is a acidity, and then patient is landed into the asthmatic conditions or allergic bronchitis. So wheezing is there at that time also. Nux Vomica is the best remedy suited in that conditions. So if we are understand the remedies according to the exciting cause and pathogenesis, we are able to know that what is going on in the patients actually, or pathologically, or symptomatically. So third aspect of the our genuine practical homeopathy is to focus on to the subjective symptoms. So here is the essence of presenting symptoms. So the irritability is there, so violent anger is there, patient is too much irritable, angry type of patient. But don't think that I'm not saying any normal pattern. Whenever in the suffering he is irritable or she is irritable, not normally, whatever may be the he or she in his normal lifestyle, he might be angry, he might be cool, or whatever it may be, but during suffering he becomes too much changed, or there is a irritability is increased, violence is there, angry violence is there, then chronic fatigueness is there. Patient is saying that I'm just get tired all about these things because of my sufferings, because of all these things, whatever may be the pathology, but patient is saying that I'm get tired. So at that time you need to think about the this is the subjectiveness of the Nux Vomica. Spasms and cramps. So violent pains, as I previously said to you, that is a gastralgia. So most of the pains from stomach we are able to manage with the Nux Vomica. Either maybe the appendicitis, either maybe the gastralgia, stomach ache, or intestinal colics, urinary colics. So whatever may be the colics or cramps because of due to the any constriction or any stuck, might be the flatulency, whatever it may be. So this remedy works very fastly and cured the patient as like a emergency. So then hypochondriac, as usual I said that the liver is get affected because of due to all the stimulants, bad habits of foods and everything. So naturally because of that patient is landed into the asthma of gastric origin because of due to some acidity. So many times patients saying that I just before the asthma I just suffered from acidity or gases, and then I'm suffering from this asthmatic attack. So that is the link of that, because pneumogastric nerve center we need to correlate with that also. Then extremely chilly. So important understanding that Acorite chili, Belladonna chili, Nux Vomica is extremely chilly. So as compared to all these three remedies in the acute situation, any kind of acute situation, might be pain, might be asthma, might be any kind of fever, whatever it may be the acute condition, then at that time patient is extremely chill, he wants to cover all the time, even though he came in your clinics, he is covered with if it is in a very summery seasons or whatever it may be the hot climate, but he covered all his body, his palms and soles. And if he is at home or she is at home, at that time also she covers all the body and sleep all the day because of due to this extreme chilliness we just witnessed during any kind of pathology in the any kind of acute diseases or acute situations while treating the Nux Vomica. That is the important essence of or subjectiveness of the Nux Vomica. And then oversensitive to all external impressions. So this is the very important remedy in each and every kind of allergic conditions of first acute conditions. Any patient is suffering from acute problems because of due to sensitivity, because of due to the any kind of allergic manifestations, this remedy works dramatically. And I don't want to use the word dramatically, but what I can do, so I need to use that word because this remedy works very good in that situations too. Then I want to explain you that if you focus on that type of materia medica, and after what I just discussed with you about the Nux Vomica, but it is not sufficient, but it is just an entry points. If you understand that patient is saying all this type of picture in the physical generals also. So what are the physical generals? Altered physical generals. Don't focus on to the normal physical generals like appetite. Here is appetite is increased as compared to the aconite and belladonna what we discussed in the previous videos. The aconite appetite is decreased, in the belladonna also appetite is decreased, but here in the Nux Vomica appetite is increased. Patient wants to eat much and much, mostly early in the morning, and the sleep is get decreased. In the belladonna, it is commando sleep. In the aconite, there is a restless, tossing sleep. But here, sleep is too much decreased. Patient didn't get good sound sleep. Then patient is excitable, irritable. Patient is there, irritability is there. That is the variation in the all the three remedies. If we understand that this kind of morbid alterations in the patient's general health, as compared to the patient is in a health and patient is in a disease, then we need to focus on to the Nux Vomica pattern or either a belladonna pattern or either the aconite pattern. And then we should confirm our remedies from the Materia Medica Pura, as always I said. So it is just an entry point. It is just we need to focus how we take the case, how we enter into the case. Accordingly, I just made it for you. So friends, please use it in your practice, apply it, and discuss or share your results below in the comment box. I want to listen your comments also. Thank you.